Back to trade now, aren't you glad? The housing market this time. Rising home prices and the lack of affordable housing has been an ongoing challenge for many home buyers. And as more tariffs are slapped on Chinese goods that go into the home building industry, that pain could get even worse. Diana Olick has our story.
Demand for housing is red hot, but consumers can't buy what they can't afford. Prices for new homes are especially high as builders are faced with rising costs for land, labor, and especially materials. New tariffs on Chinese goods will only make that worse. Of the 5,700 products listed in the latest tariffs from the Trump administration, a preliminary look by the NAHB found about 600 products either connected to home construction or to tools used to build apartments or homes. That represents $10 billion in goods, which at a 10% tariff rate puts a $1 billion tax on housing. This includes appliances and other kinds of home furnishing products. Homebuilder sentiment was unchanged in September on the National Association of Home Builders Index, still positive, but the builders say it could be higher if it weren't for rising costs. Taylor Morrison CEO Cheryl Palmer said those costs will inevitably be passed on to already stretched consumers.
Ultimately, we're all in the same place. We're all taking the same increases. You try to absorb it, but at some point, depending on the extent of it, yes, the consumer ultimately is going to pay for it. Our margins will go down initially, but at some point, it really depends on markets, how the consumer's feeling, all the other things.
One of those other things, rising mortgage rates. After sitting tight for several months, the average rate on the 30-year fixed is now at a 7-year high. That puts home affordability now at a decade low. And even for those who decide to stay put and remodel their current homes, the new tariffs will increase those costs as well, from kitchen cabinets to countertops to the saws and nails that put them all in place. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Diana Olick in Washington.